Okay, you guys, I've been asked several times what was Fashion Week like this year. So New York Fashion Week 2025 was outstanding. This is my third year to attend. I've obviously learned so much along the way. I had a good friend come with me. She flew in from LA, and you guys, I tried to warn her. I was like, it's so hectic. There's so much to do. It's go, go, go. You stay up late, you get up early sometimes. She was like, okay, I've got this. And then in the middle of it, she was like, oh my God, this is so much, but it's totally worth it. We flew in on a Thursday. It was a beautiful day. Flew in JetBlue. We stayed at the Thompson Central Park Hotel, which is a 5-star hotel. I never stayed there before. Mark it in your notes, you guys. Loved this hotel. Why did I love it? It's a 5-minute walk to the park, to the Plaza, to Bergdorf's, to Saks, to the best pizza place in New York, right across the street. And we had a big room with 2 closets, you guys. The rate, I think, ended up being average of like $995 a night. Insane for New York Fashion Week. So mark that down. Oh, they had a bar, they had a great restaurant, they had a band playing every day, they had pop-ups where you go shopping, and then the best part was they had a speakeasy that sold outstanding sliders. So Thompson Hotel Central Park, there's 2 of them, so stay there. The first night, you guys, we went to Grace Ling Future Relics fashion show. I wasn't familiar with Grace's line. This is my first time. Velocity Black, which is the company that I use for my travel, they are the ones that presented this to me. I didn't know what to expect. I looked it up online. I was like, wow, I really, really liked her clothing. Then I dug into it. Very eccentric, elegant, combined with like glamour, sculpture, silhouettes, all the things. The show was outstanding. She had her like signature piece, which is very artsy. You could not like actually sit down and go to dinner with it or anything, but she does these type of pieces as a showcase. And then the #1 word I would use for Grace Ling is wearable. So you have all these descriptions of the elegance and the glam and the sculpture, but they're all wearable. We got inside this beautiful church. I think it was like a cathedral, and we sat down, and her show did not disappoint. And of course she came out. What was really cool about it was Velocity Black, they had us invited to the after party, whoop, whoop. So Kimmy and I went to the after party. It was like in this downstairs bougie lounge with the DJ and the drinks and the couches. It was like so New York. Fabulous time. We danced. We met so many people. I met one of the models from Grace Ling's show. You guys, she was 6'7". She was gorgeous. Like, I went up to her, you know, I'm 6 foot tall. My girlfriend that was with me is like 5'11". So like we learned, like we hated like, you're so tall, but like, what do you do? So we went up to her and met her. She's an ex-basketball player. That was one of the highlights, but one of the best parts is we met Grace Ling. So the designer came, chatted with her for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then decided, hey, let's make a thing of this. So I made an appointment with her to go see her clothing. And I also hooked up with her shoe designer that created the shoes for her fashion runway show. I have a big foot, 11.5, so she's like, oh girl, I got you. I can just create the shoes for you in my size. So that was day 1, and it was a late night. It was so fun. The following day, we did sleep in a little bit. The Friday was the least busy that we had, which was really good because Kimmy that came in, she flew in from LA, have the time difference and all the things. So we probably got going around 12:30 or so. So it was kind of late, and we got all dressed up, and I did what I always do when I go to New York, and I went to the Plaza Hotel, sat at the bar, and had caviar. It's a tradition. I usually do that or afternoon tea or both. It's an experience. And one thing I loved about it was we ordered the truffle fries. So Kimmy and I had the elegant, amazing Royal Etc. caviar and dipped it in the truffle fries. Highlight for sure. So after that, we went to Bergdorf's, which is like right next door. We did a little shopping. And then that night, you guys, this was so neat. We got invited to the Dollhouse by Anna closing party hosted by Marc Jacobs. It was so cool. I was like, oh, Marc Jacobs. I did realize I don't own any Marc Jacobs, so I went and got a little handbag, which was really cute. To go back to the title, the Dollhouse. So Velocity Black and some other people collaborated with Marc Jacobs, and they literally created a dollhouse. So you went inside this 2-story, 20,000 square foot, beautiful property right on the east side of New York and Manhattan. And each room had its own theme of the dollhouse. So you'd go inside and they'd have the models and they'd have like the really white makeup with the wigs out here. And then they had like oversized clothes. I mean, literally picture a dollhouse. As a child, as a little girl, like each room was decorated different in a dollhouse. So I thought that was a really fun party. They had a DJ, they had the bartender. Met some fabulous people as well. And then following that night, we went to Nougatine, which same thing, tradition. I love this restaurant. It's owned by Danielle's and it's connected to the Danielle Michelin 3-star, now 2-star French restaurant, but you have to go there every time. And if you go, Nougatine, get the Dover sole and the chocolate souffle because Danielle invented the chocolate souffle. How was the chocolate souffle invented? It was by accident. He had a big party that he was making dinner for. And so let's say he had like 30 chocolate cakes and he didn't cook them all the way through. So he presented the chocolate cake to all the people and it was oozy and gooey inside. And he was like, oh my gosh, that's ma caviar, in his French accent, that's ma caviar, I'm over. And it turns out that guests were like, wow, this is the best chocolate cake I've ever had. So if you want to know the history of the chocolate molten cake, there you go. The next day, very, very extremely busy day. We got invited to Sotheby's private club, you guys. How can I describe this place? First of all, it's right across the street from the Thompson Hotel. So we walked across the street to it. It was probably like a 3-story, huge building, private club, membership only. It was incredible. What was better about it was what they put in front of us. So they put in front of us their private collection, their one-of-a-kinds, their vintage handbags and jewelry pieces. So we're sitting there with a group of, I don't know, 20 people, and they go and describe each bag. So this Kelly bag was back from the 1999, and then this diamond piece from Bulgari, and this piece from Chanel, and they just went through each piece. It was very elevated, that's what I'll say. About for New York Fashion Week, usually it's pretty go, go, go. You go to a lot of bars, you go to rooftops and all the things. You guys, this was another level. The best part about it was they had a 1996 vintage Chanel denim handbag. They brought it in, right? And I was like, wait, what? Like, this is amazing. First of all, I love denim, I need more of it. It was in perfect condition. And it was initially supposed to be a vanity bag where you hold your makeup, but you can wear it as a purse. So the show gets over. It's like 2 seats down from me, and I'm like, what if someone buys it? Because the show's over, like you can buy it. If you pick it up, you buy it, right? So I whispered to the lady next to me, I'm like, can you please hand me that cute denim Chanel bag? I was like, and don't let anybody see you. So she reaches over and I have the lady come over. She explains it to me, the history of it, all the things. Guess how much it was? $2,700. Dude, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I thought they were gonna be like $4,500. In my mind, that's what they were gonna say. $2,700 sold right there. Okay, you guys, so this is my purchase. This is from 1996. Denim. The second I saw it, Kimmy, who's filming, she was like, she thought about me. I thought, because I've never seen anything like this. And the lady said, this is so one of a kind. Chanel doesn't make these anymore. So thank you, Sotheby's, and this is amazing. That was a beautiful event. And then I met with the shoe designer, remember Grace Ling? So I met with her. We looked at my shoe size, we looked at her site. I'm still in the process of like creating something with her. And then the next 2 things were very important. I have a very special relationship with LAPOINTE, Alice and Olivia, and Cynthia Rowley. Why do I have a special relationship? Well, first of all, their clothes are amazing, but I've hosted events with them at my home. So I know their team, it's elevated experiences. So they will essentially bring their new line into one of my homes, in my Texas home here in Fort Worth, or the oceanfront home in Laguna Beach. And I will invite people, they will invite people. We have cocktails, we have bartenders, we have appetizers. They present, we have models. It's a win-win because I love hosting events, and it's a win for them because they get to showcase their new line in a different environment. So what do I mean by that? Most people have their events in a boutique. If they don't do it in a boutique, you might see one every once in a while in an art gallery or a different type of setting. But you guys, mine's like amazing. The houses which God has blessed me with, I like to use them. I like to, let other people enjoy the homes. So this is something that I do. I'm always looking for other brands to come in to host events. And I met so many people. I passed out so many of my business cards, and I'm very selective of who I want to work with, and it has to be the perfect fit. Even though I get a lot of inquiries about this, I don't pick very many people to go, okay, yes, let's do this. So those are 3 brands that I love. So I end up going to all of 3 of their runway shows. How does this work, you guys? What is New York fashion? What's the main point of it? Other than to have fun, of course. These brands are showing you their futures. So they are presenting to us what their looks are going to be in a few months. So we see it before the public sees it. And it's a special thing. You get to see the runways, or they'll do what I said was a presentation where you just go in and they might have models, or they might just have them on the racks. But you can size, you can get couture. What does that mean? You can have them size for you. Let's say you just love a skirt and a specific top. They can measure you and they will make that look specifically for you, which is what I tend to do, just due to my size and things. So LaPointe Runway Show, amazing. Then Alice and Olivia, presentation. She doesn't just do like a regular presentation. You go inside this extraordinary building. She has about 4 or 5 models per line. And so she had, I would say, 6 or 7. You guys are gonna love her next line. I'm also an ambassador for Alice and Olivia, so I host events with them, and it also gives back to my charity, which is Educate Me for Life. .org, if anyone's interested. This is a charity for young girls that get pregnant in high school and they want to go to trade school or college. So me and Alice and Olivia have collaborated on several events. I have one coming up actually in a few weeks. So very special. And then Cynthia Rowley, I hosted 2 events with her, one at the Texas, one in Laguna. What a special human being she is. She's been doing this for so long. She's so funny, so fabulous. She did it at the park, all the way on the south side, overlooking Brooklyn. You could see the Statue of Liberty. There's sailboats, there's like 10 sailboats. All the sails, guess what they say? Cynthia Rowley. It was amazing. They had the music, the runway show, they came through one at a time, and they gave, the finale where they all come through. She always knocks it out of the park, so loved that show. Nightlife, that's what's next. We go to a rooftop bar, we walk in, it's a gorgeous view, we sit in the corner, we talk about people watch, whatever you want to call it. We had the best time. So we had a couple cocktails, and then hands down the best jazz place in New York City is Amon. Go in there rocking it. You have to be stylish, you have to be sultry, you have to have your heels on. Like, it's that type of jazz club. Amazing music. I know I've been going now for, I think that's my 3rd time. This is also a special place to me because this is where I found out that my daughter is pregnant accidentally right before we walk into this specific jazz club. So they all know me, we had a great time. And then we went back to LaPointe because what you saw on the runway show, you go and you can look at the models. You can maybe, if you could fit in them, you can actually try on the clothes. We had a lovely experience. I love their team. I'm currently, right before I started filming this video, I was picking out the looks that I want to pre-order. So awesome experience with them. And then attended a surprising new designer, Yigal Azriel. He's an Israeli designer. He's worked for some of the top brands out there, right? He's there. We meet him. I talk with him. I was so impressed with his designs, and this is going to be a new special relationship. And I actually chatted with him at about possibly hosting an event at one of my homes, which is gonna be incredible. Unfortunately, Grace Ling, I was gonna meet with her, but she had to cancel. I can't imagine how busy she was, but Grace Ling team, you guys better reach out while you can, because I really enjoyed her line. And then we finished the night off, dinner at an Asian fusion place, which they have some amazing places in New York City. We kind of took it easy a little bit the last night. To be honest with you, we were exhausted. So we went to the Ritz Hotel, brand new hotel. It's only been there 2 to 3 years. We go to the rooftop bar that's enclosed, and you can also go outside. Chandeliers, the tiling, the paints. This is all my vibe. Like, I love home design, right? I was blown away. The view, I can't even explain. It was absolutely amazing. Mixologist, I had 2 cocktails and I'd never tasted anything like it. We sat there for about an hour and I think I teared up twice because I just felt so blessed. I just felt grateful for the time. I'm looking at this beautiful sunset view overlooking all of Manhattan, and I just was like taking it all in. And then we went to sleep and came home the next day, and woo! That was a whirlwind of a trip. And I'm so thankful for everybody, all the experiences, and my friend for coming in. And I can't wait already for New York Fashion Week 2026. My name's Amy. You guys follow me. It's Amy Plus Joe. I have fashion. I have my love story with my amazing husband. We have houses, we have the travel, we have all the things, but more importantly, we have each other and we have our faith in the Lord Jesus Christ above. And we just love sharing all the things with you guys. I have a YouTube, I have a TikTok, and I have a podcast. It's doing great. It's called The Amy Plus Podcast. I probably have 20 episodes out. It's doing extraordinary. I interview top industry leaders, entrepreneurs. They sit down with me. I go through their whole journey, because on the outside, you see these success stories. Some of them are wealthy, or they're successful, or their business is booming. Do you think they just got there just for chance? No, it's because of all the hard work and the sweat and the tears, and we get to sit down and chat about it. So follow me on all the things, subscribe, comment, and peace out.